taste of mine. So.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers it up. Wow. What the heck was that? Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
So I got a supper prepared here because my good buddy Doug Wright is in town from New York, Syracuse, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Right on, man. Doug is moderator of the World Carnivore Tribe, the Rossum group on Facebook, and you can find him on Twitter at
right_Doug.
Right_Doug.
Yes, sir.
And carnivore for what, year and a half?
Year and a half, and I've been doing raw for a little over a year. So.
Raw for a little over a year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been fun. He came into town a couple days ago. We had a meal together, and got a chance to finally meet. So we're gonna have another supper here.
Yes, sir.
With my dogs, and we're gonna try out some of this grass-fed beef I got. It's a new supplier, and this is really good stuff. Some chuck roast, so probably about a pound and a half here, a piece of meat. We got 4 organic free-range eggs, so it should make for a pretty good meal. And then after this, we're gonna try out some high meat, so that's gonna be a little dessert. So, yeah. Alright, and then I think Doug has a treat for my dogs, real quick, too.
Absolutely.
You want to hook my dogs
Are you
up?
ready for 'em?
I got some, these are some rabbit feet.
Here you go, boys.
That way these guys will love you forever.
There you go.
Yeah, is that your buddy? Give you a little treat. They love these things. You like the rabbit feet? They've only got like 1 or 2 rabbits in real life, like actual live rabbits, so it's a delicacy to get some rabbit leg. Alright, so let's get to eating here. Alright guys, we're live here in the Carnivore Command Center, eating some grass-fed Nebraska prairie grass, 100% grass-fed chuck roast. I got a really good deal on this stuff too. Pretty good. Not bad.
Just like last time. A couple days ago, we had the same thing, so.
Yeah, we had this a couple days ago, and I left it out. This has been on my counter for a couple days, just kind of marinating in the air, dry aging a little bit.
Yeah, and that was something I was even looking to do myself. I was realizing, like, if I left something out overnight, I actually like the taste of it more. So, this dry aging thing, there's really something to it.
Yeah, and I remember you saying that, and another guy saying something like that, and it just like sounds disgusting when you've never tried it before.
Right.
I heard a guy, or I read somebody online saying that they like to leave their steaks out overnight and get like a big crust on the outside. And I remember reading that and just being like, that's disgusting, dude. And
Well,
then I tried it and it was like legit.
I always think back to what was it? When, like, most people think like a steakhouse, for example, when you're trying to like cook up a steak, you're trying to get it as dry as possible before you like hit it to the pan. I mean, it's been so easy just to dry age and get that same kind of almost like crust, but like without cooking it at all. So yeah,
It's amazing what Mother Nature will do if you just kind of let it do its thing.
right.
Don't get in the way. The biggest mystery that dry aging solved for me was how people stored their meat back in the day without refrigerators.
Yeah, I mean, well, we've only had fridges for maybe a couple hundred years, if that. Don't quote me on that. I think we looked it up a couple days ago.
Yeah,
didn't
it's
we?
like 1850 or something.
Something like that, yeah. Cool. This is something I feel like everyone should try one day. Honestly, not the whole like just grass-fed fat. I mean, it's just,
Isn't it?
it's amazing.
There's like almost nothing better, right?
Not literally nothing.
I'm really
I can't think of anything.
I'm hooked on this stuff, man.
Well, I guess grass-fed marrow, but it's practically fat too. So
It's
actually
basically
that's my favorite food.
Yeah, it's the same thing, man. Like, I noticed that this fat tastes just like marrow.
Doesn't it a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
It's so smooth. You're not gonna find a flavor like this anywhere else ever. So.
Grass-fed fat tastes totally different than grain-fed fat.
There's a complete difference, and it's funny
Total
because
difference.
that's like masked when you do cook. Like when you cook like a medium rare steak, you can put them side to side, and you can taste test it for yourself. It's like they practically taste the same. It's almost masked.
Mm-hmm.
But once you like, for me, when I got into raw, it was as a progression. Like I realized I was cooking my meat less and less and less over time. I started to realize like, okay, this is what the grain-fed stuff tasted like. I go to grass-fed. I'm like, wow, that's completely different. So
It's almost like grain-fed fat isn't even food. It's almost like it's barely food because
I mean, it's still fat, so it's like
it's still fat, but grain-fed fat sometimes tastes toxic to me.
it is a little acrid. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I can taste a little bit of toxicity in there, but you don't get any of that with these omegas in here. And I noticed that when I started eating a bunch more of this over the last couple days, that my mental activity has been a lot better. Just it just helps me think. And
you feel almost even more calm.
Yeah, and I don't know. My thoughts are more balanced and complex, and just I think it's the omegas. I really do.
And just the fact that this was direct from farm, like you don't have to worry about anything being packaged for a long time. You don't have to worry about where it was sourced.
Yeah, I met the farmer at a gas station
Yeah.
in a small town. And just
You didn't tell me that story.
yeah, this guy, he's 70 miles away, but he drives all around and delivers. So if he's just out that day, and you make an order, if you make an order outside of their normal delivery schedule, he will make arrangements to meet you in these like small towns or whatever. But other than that, every other week, he'll meet us out west at in this like mall parking lot, and we just email our order and pick our food up. I just found him a few days ago because I was just kind of sitting down and kind of taking another dive in to seeing what kind of farmers were around here. I thought I did a good like research on it, but man, I missed like half a dozen farms. I mean, there's a lot of grass-fed farmers. There's so many around here, man, and
yeah.
I thought I was blessed.
For that.
I thought I was blessed to have a few. It's like there's like
more than you.
There's like 12 within like a couple hour drive.
And like I told you before, driving down like the highway back and forth. I mean, literally like left and right, just cows. I'm just like, this is awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I guess that's something I'm used to, but people probably aren't
not used to
normally.
it myself.
Yeah, especially if you go hit. Are you talking about like I-80 going out to Boulder?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. So Doug went out to the Carnivore Conference, is that what it's called? Out in Boulder, hosted by L. Amber O'Hearn.
That's right.
And there was a bunch of guest speakers, and I know Sean Baker was there, and Michaela Peterson was also there, and a bunch of raw meat eaters. So I thought this would be a good time over our dinner here to maybe ask him a couple questions about what the conference was like. So it was in Boulder, is that right?
Boulder, Colorado. It was
Like a theater or something, or
in the Boulder Theater, actually.
Oh, the Boulder Theater. So so you get there, and what's it like? Just a bunch of chairs and a stage?
Yeah, basically. So think about like a small theater, almost like your local kind of like town, like almost like a college town. Boulder is kind of like a college town, has that kind of feel to it. You get in, and basically all the seats are packed. I mean, if you don't get a seat, then you're standing. So it's funny about the event too. It actually got sold out not once but twice. So that's how much like.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess excitement.
Didn't realize that.
Yeah. I don't
So
think
they
I
just
told
add
you
more
that.
chairs, or what? What do they do?
I mean, people like I remember like sometimes I would go in the back, go to the bathroom, talk to people, whatever. I'd come back and my seat's gone.
Oh, really?
So yeah, most of the time I was in the back, standing, talking to people and stuff like that. But yeah, there were so many people at this event. Like it was just so surprising because like you didn't know the kind of following this had until everyone kind of just got together. So I mean, I made this like one of my biggest priorities when I heard like it was like when it was announced. I think I got like one of those early registration tickets, maybe saved like $15-20, whatever. It was just the fact that I knew I was going to be there in one way, shape, or form. So, or any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The event itself started at 8 in the morning, went all the way to like 5. But it's like, it doesn't just stop there. People just, they want to talk to you. They want to know exactly what you're doing, why you're doing it, and just, it's just an experience in itself. That and just all the people that I had met, either for the first time or, you know, meeting again, just to kind of see them and look another light. It was just so much fun.
So I asked you before, you said you met Sean Baker.
I did, yeah.
What was he like? What was his energy like?
He was definitely larger than life, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Real big dude, real strong dude.
Yeah.
Everything that you see online, he basically is. But
Yeah.
when you meet him in person, like,
Nice guy though.
extremely nice, welcoming, open.
Yeah.
And it's like, I like his skepticism. I really like his skepticism because he's not one to say, okay, this is the right way to do everything.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all still learning.
Well, that's
so.
how he got himself into this situation, is being a healthy skeptic about the surgeries and stuff that they were dishing out at this medical place he was at. So yeah, he's seems like a naturally kind of free thinking guy. That's cool. You got to meet him. Did you meet Michaela Peterson too?
Yeah, met Michaela.
Cool. What was she like?
Like super nice, super chill, and I mean that's kind of like the whole like idea of this whole thing. Like the whole event was just chill and just nice, and everybody kind of just playing off each other, learning from each other, experiencing things with each other, and yeah, honestly, I can't say one bad thing about anybody who was there, because everybody, I don't know if it's just a carnivore thing, but everyone kept an open mind. Nobody was dogmatic. It was more so, this is what I'm doing. This is what you can learn from me. This is what, you know, he, she, you know, whatever is doing. You can learn from that too. So.
So how many speakers were there?
Quite a bit. I mean,
No?
It was from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. like I said, but that entire time it was just non-stop speakers. So I want to say like 8 to 10. But it was like so much to handle. I mean, if I had to, and I even like did like one of those surveys at the end of it. Like everything was great, but the one gripe that I had, we didn't really have enough time to socialize with each other. It was more like back to back to back to back to back talks. I mean, all the talks were good. Don't get me wrong.
Should have been like maybe a fellowship break or something.
Yeah.
But wasn't there like a lunch or something?
There was a lunch, but even the lunch was pretty quick. Or at least it felt quick. I don't know how long it was, but I mean, it's like we're all eating, we're all trying to talk to each other, and then we're right back to our seats.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is just something, you know, me being a social butterfly like I usually am.
Well, maybe it was like that just because it's the first conference.
Yeah.
Everybody's just getting to know each other.
Yeah.
And everybody's kind of nervous, and like next year, everybody's going to expect and know kind of who's coming. So maybe it'll be a little different, and you'll have more time to like talk and hang out and stuff. But
and maybe it turns into a 2-day thing. But I mean, for the time and the speakers and the cost, I mean, everything just made sense. I mean, even the food. Oh, this is another fun thing we get to talk about, the food.
yeah, so you said there was like a raw bar?
Yeah, so they had a bunch of food for everybody downstairs, like your typical, like, I think they had beef ribs, they had like an egg mix with like bacon, like that was cooked in tallow, which is pretty cool because people were kind of like, oh, I don't know if I can do butter, so they did tallow.
Nice.
And I think they had some kind of pork, some high quality pork, and it was distributed by I think it was called Black Belly, the butcher over there.
Okay.
They have some pretty high quality stuff, really good stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you know, Amber and all them recommended, and they're the ones catering. That was probably the best, and I'm not even joking, best catering they could have done for any event ever.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not just saying that because it was a bunch of meat and eggs and stuff, but there's just so much like substance there versus, you know, most of your conferences are like, you know, your little like sandwiches and chips and all the nonsense. So.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way different.
Where's I going? Oh yeah, the raw bar. So I'm also a moderator. I don't know if we said this already or not, but I'm a moderator of the Rawsome group on Facebook. We're getting closer to around 1,000 people, which is really cool because we only started a few months ago. And the idea behind the Rawsome, or the raw bar upstairs that we had, Eva, basically the head woman, she's awesome. I hope everyone gets to meet her one day. She and Andrew, another member of the group, just brought all these different kinds of foods. And if you want to see them, they're on my Twitter page. I mean, you can probably find the pictures and everything. But the idea behind everything was like we were eating just raw meat. Some people upstairs were kind of like curious, like, oh, what are you guys doing? What's going on? And it was just some really like high quality stuff. I think they also got it from Black Belly. So we had stuff like pork liver, pork heart, beef liver, beef heart, a ton of grass-fed, grass-finished suet. And even Andrew, he's from Texas. He actually drove up over 12 hours just to get there.
Nice, yeah.
He's a really good guy. And he brought some 2S stuff, some like 2S Ranch, like in Texas, like
pretty good.
Some of their stuff so good, and it was like super fatty. So think like brisket, where all the fat like naturally develops, in that part of the cow, and it was just so delicious. So I mean, it was just almost exactly like this, but even this has a little more flavor than that. So, but. Just that experience itself, just sharing a raw meal with everybody upstairs, even though like we're still a smaller part of the community, everybody kind of just.
I bet
being
that was cool.
open.
I bet that was really cool.
Oh, it was awesome. Like, I wish you were there.
Yeah, I wish I could have made it, man. I just I had a couple things that prevented me from making the drive out there, but almost 100% in next year. I'll make some accommodations and probably just fly out, but.
Yeah, it's tougher because it kind of came out of nowhere. So like if you think
a little bit, yeah, I didn't have much preparation, but. No, that's really cool. I'm glad you brought that up, of the experience of eating a raw meal with other people, like
we're doing.
Because I had a raw meal with you a couple days ago, and that was really cool. That was cool to do that. Just
that first one.
It's a new experience, yeah. And having like a raw meal is the first time in my life that I have been actually like thankful for dinner. Yeah. Because I don't know if you can relate, but just growing up as a kid, we'd always like say prayers at meals and stuff like that.
Right.
I never really understood it until raw meat came about, and it's like, oh, now I get it. This is actually like nourishing my body.
It's almost like we didn't really know what to be thankful for before a meal. We would just kind of go after.
Because we weren't getting nourished from it.
Right.
So
we didn't. Yeah, we
didn't respond to it that way. You're just like. Kind of following directions, but now I understand why people like say prayers before they eat and stuff, because it takes a lot of effort to get this quality of food for one, and to just be able to have the resources and the money to buy it, to eat it. It's like a lot of things have to align to be able to get this into your body.
And then going back to like before we started this whole journey together, it's like. You think back to the old meals we used to have, we'd have, almost like those dopamine rushes and have those sugar spikes, and it's just like, we'd feel great, like, for maybe a couple minutes, and then, like, we would just fall. And it would be like, maybe that's why we weren't as thankful as we are today, because we'll have something like this, and we'll just have constant, clear, open, just energy from this,
sure. Yeah, definitely.
And nutrition, obviously.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
But the conference was amazing. I know they're going to do another one next year. I mean, there's no way they don't if it's sold out twice. And it curtails actually with, or dovetails, whatever they call it. Whatever the saying is. It goes right before.
I've actually never used either one of those words. Just learned something new today.
I think it's dovetail. Let's go with that. Basically meaning it's like right before Low Carb Denver. And I also went to that for a day just to go see some people that were heroes of mine growing up in the keto space.
Cool.
But the timing of the event, the location of the event, everything about the event was just great. And next year is going to be even bigger. They might have to actually move the event, I'm thinking, from the Boulder Theater to somewhere else. Hopefully there's another place that can accommodate all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many people were there?
I think the number was like 260 plus. I'm pretty sure there was even more than that. And then there was a wait list like toward the end of it. It was that crazy. Like it got that packed. So, because this kind of came out of nowhere too. The idea I think sprung up like right before the end of the year, 2018, and like people didn't know if they could make it or not. And I don't know how many people went to Low Carb Denver after. I did just because like it was just another chance of just learning, experiencing, meeting the people that were so influential in my life. So, but I think next year's going to be even bigger and better. So,
Should be fun.
yeah. And I will find a way to get you there too. I will.
Oh,
You don't
yeah.
have to pay for it.
I'll get out there. I'll get out there.
Yeah. But yeah, it was just oh, another thing too. So I went to 8 to 5, like I said. Afterwards, we had a dinner at Cork in Boulder. It's basically like a steakhouse or whatever. So it was more of
Really?
a yeah.
I wonder if that might have been the place that my mom was telling me about.
It might have been because I mean they're pretty famous and I mean, their prices weren't too bad. I think we paid about $40-50 each at the end of it all. But we had like this huge well, not huge for us, but huge for most people, like a 16-ounce like prime rib. It was like,
Nice, man.
It was some good stuff. And
Yeah.
I tried my best to get it as lightly cooked as possible. Sometimes I'll, you know, on occasion have a little bit of cooked food, but nothing crazy. Like
Yeah.
I'll always prefer raw. So
Oh, me too. But
it's just
man,
tough for that.
I still like a good lightly seasoned rare steak at a restaurant.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good stuff, man.
Mhm.
Because that's something like it's hard to change your palate after 30-something years.
Oh yeah.
So I'll probably always like a rare steak. And there's something about the warm temperature too.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that's because it's approaching like the kill temperature of the animal.
Might be. Yeah.
I think there's something to that because it does make the flavors almost like more robust
Mm-hmm.
when it's hotter. The juices are hotter. So
Yeah.
people have a good argument when they say cooked food tastes better.
Mhm.
I don't really have anything to say to them about that. I'm like, yeah, you're kind of right.
I say cooked food to an extent.
A
'cause I
little, a
mean,
little bit, just
Mm.
just because of that factor right there.
Mhm.
Because
like
you're-
almost
you're-
replicating a fresh kill.
it's like you're exciting the flavors with temperature. Like temperature excites, you know.
Mhm.
So making the meat hotter is going to make the flavor a little more like
Mm-hmm.
intense.
I see what you're saying. And yeah, a lot can come out of it, but I always thought to myself, and someone's gonna steal this idea. I don't know where I got it from. I mean, just that idea of cooking like at a raw temperature for like a sustained period of time, and just seeing how that is. Like if you wanted to make like the quote unquote like best steak like you can, like at like for something like for us
Yeah.
like raw carnivores, like
Mm-hmm.
trying to keep that steak at maybe like an 85 to 90 like degrees in like a sous vide, and then maybe doing a finishing sear on it. I think that'd be incredible.
Could be.
Mm-hmm. Just an idea. It's like an experiment I want to try one day. But you don't want to overcook it. You want to get to a point of like, okay, it's like it's warm, but it's not. You know, you're not destroying any enzymes or nutrients or
Mhm.
anything. So.
Yeah. This kind of opens up the world for a lot of different experiments.
Mm-hmm.
I love experimenting with high meat. That's my next
Mm-hmm.
fun adventure.
Yeah, that I can't wait for.
Yeah,
Never had
definitely.
before.
We'll have some of that in a little bit.
Absolutely.
I just put 3 pounds of liver into high meat jars.
Really? Today?
Yeah, today.
Nice.
So in a couple months, yeah, I'm literally
Mm.
getting to the point to where I want to have like 10 pounds of fermented liver like
Mhm.
in my cupboards at all times,
Mhm.
and so I don't have to go cut like a little square of high meat off and be
Mhm.
like, oh wow, like
Mhm.
I'm so grateful I got a little square of high meat. Like I want to eat handfuls of high meat,
Yeah.
you
why
know,
not?
and
I mean,
see what that's like. I've eaten a
yeah.
square and felt like, could you imagine what
I don't know
what
how
just
that-
eating a handful of high meat would be like?
No, I mean, I bet I'm gonna have like my first bite of it, and I'm gonna be
I'll
like,
make a video
wow.
of it for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'll just eat a whole jar of high meat.
just you gotta be somewhat ready for it. I don't even know how you get ready for something like that, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe go on a, I don't know, who knows.
Maybe just do it like fasted first or something.
That's what I was thinking, go on a little 24-hour fast and eat some high meat.
I think what's his name? Frank actually just did that on one of his recent videos. Gufano.
Some high meat?
Yeah. Well, he actually broke his fast with high meat. Yeah. So,
Interesting, I bet that would be kind of intense.
yeah. So it's just an idea. Wow. Let me. I'll finish this egg, but I want to go to what I saved for dessert on my plate. You're gonna think it's funny. You can already see it, but you probably can't see it on the camera.
Looks good.
Mm-hmm.
So, people ask quite a bit. I'll probably start talking about it in every single one of my videos of why I drink water. It just helps me swallow my food. I'm lazy. I don't like chewing it all up. And it makes it less monotonous when I don't have to sit here and chew every single chunk of meat into mush and then swallow it. So
Mm-hmm.
I put huge chunks of meat in my mouth and I just literally take sips of water, of mineral water, and it helps the chunks go down. But I'm not drinking that much water. As you can see, I've just ate 1.5 pounds of meat, and that's how much water I drink.
Yeah, I was going to talk about water too. I don't drink too much water myself. I mean, when you start going toward more raw, unseasoned, like if you think back to like, even if you're doing it now, like if you're eating cooked and salted, you just may need more water. I know I did personally, so it's cool to see like how hydrating things like just eggs are and just raw meat.
Yeah, eggs are crazy hydrating,
Crazy,
man.
right?
Like, you and I eat the same amount of eggs every day, right?
Yeah, practically.
Like 8 or 10?
8 or 10, yeah.
I eat about
I mean,
8.
sometimes I'll even go as low as 4, so it depends. But
I noticed a big difference when I jumped up from eating sometimes 6 eggs a day to going to 8 eggs every day, no matter what. I first went to like 10 or 12, and I went down to 8. But I noticed a big difference in just my overall health. Like it was like you were saying. It's almost like it's just like the glue that fills in all the cracks in your nutrition.
no way, right?
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like everything is taken care of. All your electrolytes, your hydration is taken care of. Your cholesterol pump is there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like it just fills in all the voids. Probably some zinc. I think it throws probably some
bit of
zinc
zinc
in there
out
too, and that's like another one that people are low on quite a bit, and just fills in all those weird vitamins that you could be
Yeah,
kind of
'cause
low
that's
on.
the thing. I
you
mean,
know?
if you get high quality eggs, I would say you're meeting almost every single like vitamin, nutrient, like everything.
Yeah, high
I mean,
quality.
you're literally eating an entire animal if you think about it.
Yeah, and
with
that's
just one egg.
That's
So
what I
it's-
noticed too. Is going from the store bought to high quality was huge, man. Like a huge energy difference, and also the taste. Like I literally would almost barf. You could probably look at some of my actually earlier videos now that I think about it, where I'm eating regular eggs and I gag. They're so gross, man.
It's almost like they're like water compared to
They're
this.
gross,
honestly.
yeah, and I think it's probably the soy and the corn and the grains they feed the chickens, and it's coming out inside their egg. But
Well, when you get something like
These are
free
good.
range, pasture raised, and
it doesn't taste like that.
no, because
Same thing with the fat.
yeah, I mean
Grass-fed fat doesn't taste like.
that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna show the camera, and I
grains
saved this for last. This fat is incredible. I mean, it's just something that you really come to appreciate the more you eat raw. I mean, yeah, you can go grain finish, you can do conventional eggs, whatever like you can afford.
Nice yellow cream-colored fat.
It's just something you have to like, especially if you're eating more raw. Just go try some high quality stuff. I mean, just once, just experience it, and then maybe you'll get that understanding. But
Even if it's frozen.
even if it's frozen,
This has all been previously frozen, and we're both enjoying the hell out of this
Yeah.
food. There's no real difference that I've noticed between frozen and fresh. It's
yeah, very little if anything.
very little. There's obviously a difference in the texture. It makes it sometimes a little more like gelatinous, but barely noticeable. And the energy pump that I get from raw is not. It doesn't change that much when it's frozen.
Just especially this fat.
So,
I mean,
sometimes it's the only way you can get your food too is frozen.
yeah, I seriously cannot get enough of just grass-fed, grass-finished fat, pasture-raised eggs. Like the fat itself is just so delicious on its own. So it's like you don't need to season the hell out of stuff. You don't have to cook the hell out of stuff. Literally, what nature provided us. It's right here. You eat it, and you're thankful. You're truly thankful. So that's why I'm savoring this right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, every bite of this is like heaven. I'll tell you. So,
Right on, man. Well, you ready for some high meat?
absolutely. I might even actually hold some of this fat, for the high meat, kind of put it together.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Shit, let's just do it in one take.
Why not? And like I said to Weston, saying to you guys now, never had high meat before. It was the first experience ever. So, it'd be good to document.
Alright. I got quite a few here, but I'll bring out.
He does have quite a selection, I just saw.
I'll bring out just a couple for now. I'll leave a little bit of mystery still for my later videos.
Yeah, I think we're doing what we're doing, liver and tongue.
Yeah, we're gonna try out the liver and the tongue today.
Okay.
So this here.
Now I think the tongue is going to be super strong. Like I can already see, like liver's going to be strong
Beef
too,
tongue
but this
from
tongue is gonna
December
be like
9th.
fatty. So,
So that's been marinating for a while.
yeah.
Here's what the beef tongue looks like since December 9th in there. The beef tongue I've been
This
really
is-
impressed
this is gonna be
with
some fun
because this is the one that turned into something like totally different than what it initially looked like, and it turned into almost like a cheese. It smells like cheese, and it almost has the texture of cheese. So
It's got to be that fermented fat.
this stuff really, yeah, it really fermented very well. So
Mhm.
I highly recommend trying to ferment beef tongue, and that's a cheap food too.
Oh, I bet. It couldn't
So-
have been expensive at all.
Yeah, this is my original beef liver jar, guys, from September 5th.
And that stuff, you can.
This has got-
I'm already getting a smell from it all the way out here.
Yeah, this has some. It has some new liver in it.
Wow.
Well, that's why the new date is on there. I kind of added some more liver on 12/23,
Damn.
but it still has original. I believe it's still got a couple original pieces in there from September 5th. But
Yeah, if you don't want to have this smell up your house, you'd probably want to open some windows, open a door, open it outside. I can't believe how, like, the whole room's got this smell now. What was that, like 5 seconds after you opened it?
that's only 2 jars too. Sometimes
man.
I'll air out 9 jars for an hour.
9 jars?
Yeah, that's where I didn't. You don't understand what they're talking about or how it smells bad until you get like 9 different jars.
Oh my
And you're
god.
talking about.
Like this, like it's almost like waking me up right now. This, like,
Oh yeah.
everything, yeah, from
Yeah.
this. That's incredible.
All right, yeah, wait till you try it, man.
Yeah,
This is Doug's first time trying high meat.
first time, yeah.
The high meat version.
Never thought I'd see the day. If you asked me this 4 or
Yeah,
5
man.
years ago, I'd think you're nuts.
So, we'll start with the liver first because I think you'll like that.
Yeah,
A
I got
lot.
some fat to supplement too into it. So
This is a piece from September 5th right here.
September 5th.
But we'll let that guy chill.
Yeah.
And
Now, quick question for you.
this one is funky looking, man.
Yeah.
Look how there's like a bunch of mold on it. And
Damn. Yeah, it's gonna be tough to get a small piece. All I want to do is a small piece. I could
Yeah, yeah.
not.
I'll
I could
cut it.
not do that whole
check
thing.
this
man.
piece out right here. Check that guy out.
Yeah.
See that nice mold on there? Almost looks like a crocodile tongue or something. Alright.
Yeah, as small of a piece as you can get for a first timer. So,
Yeah, I'll get you just a little guy.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's fermented.
Mm-hmm.
That is, yeah, I can tell by the smell now. So
Yeah.
it definitely goes through stages.
Mm-hmm.
And there's initial stages of bacterial growth, and then it advances to the next stages.
Mm-hmm.
The smell actually gets better as it goes on.
Yeah, like right now, like it was strong at first, like super intense the smell in this room.
Yeah.
But you know how like people say, oh, you get nose blind to things, or maybe you just get used to it. Like it's not that crazy as it was right when you open the jars. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting nose blind really quick to it. So this is gonna be quite a trip.
I'll give you this guy. This will be a nice little piece here.
Right there. Nice.
That's it. Just about the size of a quarter or something
Yeah.
like that.
There you go.
There you go, buddy. Enjoy.
Here we go. Whew, 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 whew. Just the smell of it, man. Wow. Well, bottoms up, right, guys?
All right. Cheers. Hey,
Here, actually, no. You want to hit one with me? Yeah, hit one
Yeah,
with
let me
me.
get in here.
Yeah, I got some fat to supplement too, like I said.
Let me get in
so.
here. Okay,
And
cheers.
you've done this before, right?
Absolutely.
You've had yours, so
Oh yeah.
now you're gonna get a taste of mine. So
Cheers, buddy.
cheers it up. Wow. What the heck was that? Whoa. 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 Now maybe I should have chewed that up. I just swallowed it whole. Wow.
That's all right. I swallowed it whole the first few times.
Yeah. Well, just because it's my first time.
Now I
ever.
chew it up.
Now I can see why you chew. What the?
You want some more?
Yeah, maybe I'll have one more bite.
Yeah, let's try the other piece.
That is just.
This stuff fermented
You-
really well.
Yeah. Oh my god, it did it. You know, this is gonna sound so funny before I take another bite. It almost tastes like. I can't believe I'm saying this, but almost like Asian food, like Japanese food almost. I don't
Yeah.
know why I'm getting that taste.
It's got a spice to
Almost
it.
like a spice, like a soy. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is going on here? That's got to be an insanely high K2 count.
I've heard people say that before. Yeah, I think
Like the K2's got to be through the roof with this. It's like eating like natto or something.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if there's anything much better than. Well, there's probably a few things better that I haven't discovered yet, but
I can see why people get hooked on this. Once you have that one bite, it's just it's like
your energy instantly changed. That was amazing.
Wow.
You were like physically like blown away by that.
Yeah, I still am.
Yeah, the way your body responded.
Yeah, like
listen to my dogs. That's how they respond just to smelling it.
Yeah, I can tell. I mean, the aroma's like all throughout the room right now, and even
is he bugging you for high meat?
I don't know. He might be. Yeah, he's looking at me right now. He probably smells it in the air.
You wanna try this other piece?
Yeah. I'll give it one more shot.
Let's do it, buddy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Get that one right here.
Yeah.
I'll just fucking grab it with my hands.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
So I actually chewed that one.
How would you describe the taste?
Oh, so much funk. But it's like
in your own words, how would you describe the flavor?
I keep going back to that whole idea of like almost like I don't know why I keep coming back to like soy sauce. I don't know why, like that fermented, like I don't know if it's something like Japanese food that was like fermented at a time, but it's like I never had natto either, so I don't know how that is. But it's just like it's hard to explain.
We should probably hook the boys up, huh?
You think so?
Hook the dogs up?
Man, aren't they lucky? Look at these guys.
Oh yeah, these dogs get everything, man. We'll
Seriously?
get a little piece. Well, they've had it before. That's why he's freaking out over there.
And this was how long? This was from.
They really like this stuff. This has been in there since December 23rd.
Damn.
So we're coming up on 3 months. But
3 months.
But you're looking at the initial piece of liver has been in there since September.
Mm-hmm.
So you got bacteria on here
Mm-hmm.
that is potentially 6 months old.
Wow.
But at the very least 3 months old. So
Mm-hmm.
this is in between 3 to 6 months.
Damn. It's just that funk, and you just get it immediately. And it's almost like the food itself like disintegrates literally in the mouth. Like you don't have to digest anything.
You don't.
Like,
You just swallow it.
Literally just swallow it whole.
So overall, how do you like it out of 10? 1 out of 10, 10 being your favorite food in the world.
I can't tell you because I haven't had too much. I can't say it's a 10, but it's high. It's up there. You get it high. It's high up there. Man,
you definitely reacted way different than I thought you would.
I just because
you really enjoyed that.
When you're so used to just like eating. Thanks. Oh, you're gonna do another one?
Do some high tongue.
This is a tongue or? Oh, I thought. Never
Yeah,
mind.
now we'll do tongue. I'll give that. Yeah, let me hook the dogs up here too.
When you're not like used to
You guys want some high meat?
fermented food at all, and then you have something like this, like I never eat any fermented foods. Like even when I was more standard American diet and like even keto, it's like
I didn't either, man. Just pickles.
Yeah, I mean
I
I guess
ate
you can call pickles that.
I ate a shitload of pickles. You want some high meat?
Pups. Pups are
Want some high meat, boys?
pups are blessed, man.
Got to keep them healthy, man. These are my guys. All right,
They were
sit down.
vegans, so.
Sit down. Sit down, bud. You want that?
They're so quick to it too.
You like that?
How are they looking right now?
Was that good? Was that good? Of course it was.
They're almost just like.
There you go. Lick the plate. Lick the plate. Yeah, you can kind of tell how much they love it by how much they lick that plate, man.
Oh.
And my fingers. They'll lick your fingers for an hour.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, dogs like high meat.
These are gonna be some of the healthiest pups. I mean, just from now, that was the first thing I noticed coming over. It's just like their coats are just shiny and just they're full of energy.
Those are some raw dogs right
Raw dogs, man. They're gonna live for 20, 30 years. Mark my words.
They've been raw for 6 months now.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen any signs of
And they're still real young too.
Yeah, any like ill health or anything with these guys. It's just
Vibrant. Now this stuff, I'm thinking my first guess is that I'm not gonna like it, just because of like how fermented the last one was. I think this is gonna be even more fermented, just because it's fat. So,
yeah. Let's take it. You know,
I
I
honestly
haven't had it
feel
yet. I haven't had it yet. Let's,
my first guess is I'm not gonna like it. So, and I never had tongue before too, like actual just tongue itself raw. So
who knows?
this is gonna be different. I might have to do a real small piece of this, maybe even like half of this.
Take what you want.
That smell, though. Well, you're used to it. I'm
It's
not.
interesting, isn't it?
Wow.
No, I haven't had this yet. This
You
is,
haven't?
Oh no.
This is the first time you've had this?
Oh
stuff?
yeah, this is my first time having this.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I might have a small piece.
That's why I wanted to wait till you came over. You know.
Yeah. I think I might even put a little bit of this back and do like half, just because.
Sure, don't worry
I
about it.
don't want to go crazy on this for the first. Because if I don't like it, then I don't want to go, too much on it.
All right. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
High tongue.
Let's do it. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. Ooh, man.
Mmm.
You like it?
Mmm.
I don't know. It is
Whoa.
super strong, though. Wow.
Whoa.
Way stronger than the liver.
Wow.
I have to go for this whole thing. I don't want to be a
You know-
baby about it.
If anything, it's just interesting for like the flavor notes, right?
Mm-hmm.
That
I'm
one-
trying to get the flavor notes now.
Wow.
I'm keeping this in my mouth as long as I can right now. That's what she said.
Very interesting flavor on that.
Even
Another-
the tiniest amount.
Another spiciness going on, almost like a.
But a real funk, right?
I'm almost getting like a pepperminty type on the back of my tongue, like a tingly, pepperminty feeling. Wow, that's a.
That's incredible. I'll never have another food like that. Ever.
I didn't mind that at all.
You didn't.
I
That
didn't,
was-
I
think
didn't
was too
mind it.
much
That
for
was
me.
that was extremely strong though.
Mm-hmm. Let me
Wow.
finish it off. Yeah, wait. Oh my god. Just that last bite.
Right on. Well,
Wow.
let's not make this video too long.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Hope you guys
We can make it all day if we wanted to.
hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. You guys know where to find Doug on Twitter.
Yep, Brett_Doug on Twitter.
Yep, and I'll have some more videos coming out here after taking my winter siesta. So thanks for checking in, y'all. Have a great day.
Damn, man.